from Royal Communications Incorporated. Good evening and welcome to King's News Broom, 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, in our one word. Today is Monday, December 16, 2024, and I'm Sherman Deere presenting. In the headlines, a group under the band of citizens concerned citizens for the protection of Constitution and the rule of law announces a non-stop capital lockdown to demand constitutional order, accuses the government of increasing unemployment, ritualistic killings, and police brutality. And Barito House Speaker Fonanti Kofa describes as total lies Vice President Jeremiah Cohen's session about his negotiation to resign, says he remains positive of the rule of law. Majority bloc of the House of Representatives announces plans to pass the 2025 draft national budget in the coming days. And away from home, residents of Moiti have spoken of aquatic scenes caused by the worst storm in 90 years to hit the French Indian Ocean territory. These plus our news bulletin voices of those making the news are all packaged, but we'll take a break to be right back. Welcome back. At this juncture, we join Newton Tokpa with the news bulletin.
The group under the banner Concerned Citizens for the Protection of Constitution and the Rules of Law has announced plan to stage a non-stop capital lockdown in demand for constitutional order and rule of law. Addressing a press conference on Monday, the group, through its chairperson, Janja Pape, called on or for an immediate reforms in the country's governance system. Pape has urged all concerned Liberians to rise up and demand that the Bouaka-led government restore constitutional order and uphold the rule of law. According to Pape, the rally is in response to the growing discontent over the ongoing impasse at the House of Representatives. He condemned what he described as an anti-democratic move by Bouaka Kone administration, which claims is attempting to usurp the legislative powers of the House of Representatives. The former Grand Bassa County Superintendent argued that President Bouaka and Vice President Kun has funneled over 5 million into efforts to destabilize the legislature in order to gain control of the first branch of government. He pointed to the numerous social and economic issues facing the country, including rising unemployment, increasing ritualistic killings, and police brutality as further evidence of the government's failure to provide leadership. Pape also highlighted allegations of corruption within the Bouaka Kone administration, accusing government officials of living in luxury while the majority of Liberians continue to suffer. In Battle Hall, Speaker Councillor Fonanti Kofa had described Vice President Jeremiah Cohen's assertions of his negotiation to resign as total lie. According to Councillor Kofa, at no time did he negotiate with Vice President Cohen, nor the president to resign has been insinuated by the Vice President, stating that his position is and has always been returning to legislative normalcy. He emphasized his stance for the rule of law, pointing out that the executive can continue to ignore the rule of law, but he will not waver. Speaker Kofa also said the most telling thing is that Vice President's appearance and inappropriate comments on the radio talk show exposed his hand as the principal mastermind of the unconstitutional saga at the House of Representatives. He further narrated that Vice President Jeremiah Cohen had asked for white ballot for Representative Richard Cohen, passage of the budgets and discussion of committee after a new speaker something he said he rejected. Although several Liberians have criticized the removal of House Speaker Fonanti Kofa term it as unconstitutional, the House of Representatives remains divided, with the executive mansion and the Liberian Senate endorsing the renegade lawmakers. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia has re-emphasized the need to respect the rule of law, pointing out that the U.S. government is monitoring the situation at the House of Representatives. The majority bloc of the House of Representatives has announced plans to pass the 2025 draft national budget on or before Friday. The Liberian government recognized majority bloc of the House of Representative Committee on Ways, Means and Finance has disclosed that fiscal year 2025 draft national budget will be passed or on or before Friday, December 20th, 2024. During Monday's hearing of the fiscal year 2025 draft national budget expenditure component, the chairperson of Ways, Means and Finance, P. McJury, stated that the House will be working overtime to ensure the passage of the budget this week. The commitment of the passage of the budget comes in the wake of a dispute on Capitol Hill over the speakership position. Representatives from majority bloc, Rachel Cohn, and representative with Imbato House Speaker are still battling for political supremacy up Capitol Hill. The draft national budget for fiscal year 2025 is in the tune of 851.76 million, with domestic revenue constituting 791.76 million. Several marketers at the Waterside Market have accused Moria City Police Director Adolphus Pape of leading again to break down and remove their market tables overnight. The aggrieved marketers told reporters Monday that they have been informed that the Moria City Police Director and team have given out their tables so or to scrap company for financial gain. According to them, about 60 tables have been taken away on Sunday night from points, adding that this has made it impossible for owners of these tables to have space to carry out businesses. The aggrieved waterside marketers also threatened to stage a roadblock if nothing is done to get their tables replaced. Also speaking, Waterside Market Superintendent Roland Twazaman asserted that the Maria City Police Director told him that he acted on the mandate of President Joseph Walker to remove the market tables down Waterside. Twazaman further noted that many tables have gone missing overnight since the ascendancy of the Walker-led government, following an incorrect call from Kings FN. Maria City Police Director Adolphus Pape declined to officially respond to the allegation, indicating that he was in a meeting. Several citizens of Liberia were protesting and presented a petition to the Office of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority on Monday amid a reduction of data and voice quantity in the country. Speaking to journalists during the protest on Monday, December 16, Freddie Howard, one of the protesters, disclosed that the protester came out after the LTA came out with an abrupt reduction of two GSM services of the Liberian people, terming the Liberia Telecommunication Authority action as cruel. He added that the gathering consisted of members from all political parties who convened to say no to the LTA decision, noting that it is a sheer evil against the smooth working of communications processes across Liberia. Howard further that a group of citizens under the banner "We the People Bring Back Our Data" has frowned on the salaries of LTE officials, noting that if they want to save funds for the government, they should be lowering their monthly and yearly earnings to help the government, but not to take money from the ordinary Liberians. Justice Yemin Bese has issued a temporary stay order in the case involving former Finance Minister Tue and his co-defendants. The ruling follows a petition of a writ of certiorari filed by state prosecutors challenging the decision made by Criminal Court C resident George A. Blambo Dixon questioned the ruling in the case. During the ruling, Judge Dixon stated that under the Liberian law, the prosecution may challenge the sufficiency of the surety bond by filing a notice of exceptions within 3 days of the bond's approval. He also referenced Article 21D of the Liberian Constitution, which guarantees that all accused persons are entitled to bail. However, jurisdiction emphasized that the excessive bail should not be imposed in line with Article 21D. He further noted that the defendants, as former government officials, are entitled to constitutional protections and due process under the law. State prosecutors raised concerns about the sufficiency of the property bond filed by defendants, arguing that it did not meet the legal requirements to property or properly represent the accused. They contended that the bond was insufficient to ensure proper representation according to legal standards. Justice Basis decision comes amid an intensifying legal battle, with the court now scheduling a conference for all involved parties. The Electronic Health Network International says it has begun discussion with the Ministry of Health on its plan to invest 288 million aimed at modernizing Liberian healthcare infrastructure to enable Liberian achieve universal health care. Speaking Monday after an engagement at the Ministry of Health, Electronic Health Network International Director General Dr. Somaya Orchard asserted that an investment would improve perception and increase trust in the Liberian healthcare system. Dr. Orchard added that the project, among other things, would also address individuals' medical needs and create community-based integrated health system. She expressed her team's commitment for the implementation and sustainability of the project. For his part, Assistant Minister for Curative Services at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Tia Mo, lauded the Electronic Health Network International for its planned initiative. He emphasized that the government's commitment in working with the EHN team to ensure that the project is implemented and sustained. Painesville City Mayor Robert Bestman has disclosed that the Painesville City Corporation has begun the construction of a two-story office complex near the City Hall in Painesville. Delivering an annual message at the Painesville City Hall on Sunday, Mayor Bestman noted that the decision comes from the senior management team of the corporation, adding that the complex will consist of 12 office spaces, a conference room, and a cafeteria aimed at enhancing productivity at the city corporation. Meanwhile, Mayor Bestman thanked Maria City Corporation for a sister city corporation in helping to contribute to the growth and development of cities in the country. He furthered that his administration signed an agreement with Orange Foundation for the planting of trees in Painesville. Mayor Bestman also disclosed that the two memorandum of understanding was signed by two cities in Seoul, South Korea, on smart transportation cooperation and urban transportation. Liberia's Standard Teachers Training College says it has successfully trained over 10,000 teachers across Liberia since its establishment in 2015. LSTTC Training Director Reverend Andrew Fayad disclosed that the institution, as a teacher training institution, has not only been training teachers, but has also been involved with designing programs that deal with teachers' education across the country. According to him, a survey conducted in 2015 among 200 community schools across Monserrato revealed that many of the teachers in the classroom at the time were untrained teachers with only high school documents. He further indicated that the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College is training teachers that are in low earners bracket and has been providing them the opportunity to acquire training in teachers' education with affordable fees. Reverend Fire made a disclosure during the institution's ninth gala anniversary celebration. The assigned judge of the 11th Judicial Circuit Court in Third Member Bombing County has sentenced a 25-year-old man in prison for armed robbery and theft of property. Judge Augustine Alas Pedro was sentenced by Jerry Augustine Alas Pedro was sentenced by Judge Nelson Tokbat on Friday, December 13. He can be recalled on Tuesday, April 9, 2024, based on the complaint filed by Ernest Brown of the Liberian National Police for starving him of his personal motorcycle at the intersection of the C.H. Dewey Central High School in Liberia Government Hospital in Tottenham. The Chadwick Augustine was arrested, charged, and given due process At the 11th Judicial Circuit Court, during police preliminary investigation, defendant Jerry Alas Pedro admitted to the commission of the act and has since pleaded guilty. Speaking shortly after the court sentence, Jared Augustine Alas Pedro accepted the court's decision but expressed dissatisfaction into the entire ruling of the case. According to him, despite he pleaded guilty of the crimes the acts committed was not carried out by him alone but others, whose names he did not mention. He pointed accusing fingers to community dwellers who he said masterminded the entire process. Also speaking, Bombay County Attorney General Councilor Arthur Washington welcomed the court's ruling while stating that justice has been served in the interest of the complainant who also sustained injuries. According to him, this is not the first time for the defendant Pedro to have committed armed robbery and other unwholesome acts, as the court has had over three criminal records against him. Councilor Washington Fuller described Jared Augustine alias Pedro red, as someone who peaceful residents in Tottenham have complained of always armed robbing and terrorizing them.
Lead talk back with the news bulletin. The news bulletin is a regular feature on King's News Boom. A reminder you're listening to King's News Boom, 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, in our one word. Stories are following tonight. A group under the banner Concerned Citizens for the Protection of Constitution and the Rule of Law announces a non-stop capital lockdown to demand constitutional order, accuses the government of increasing unemployment, ritualistic killings, and police brutality. And Baito House Speaker Fonati Kofa describes as total lies Vice President Jeremiah Conway's section about his negotiation to resign, says he remains supportive of the rule of law. Majority bloc of the House of Representatives announces plans to pass the 2025 draft national budget in the coming days. And away from home, residents of Mayotte have spoken of apocalyptic scenes caused by the worst storm in 90 years to hit the French Indian Ocean territory. We'll take a break to be back with voices of the newsmakers. Welcome back and thanks for being there. A group under the banner Citizen that concerns citizens for the protection of constitution and the rule of law has announced plans to stage a non-stop capital lockdown in demand for constitutional order and the rule of law. Addressing a press conference Monday, the group, through its chairperson, Janka that John J. Bakwe called for an immediate reform in the country's governance system. Bakwe urged all concerned Liberians to rise up and demand that the Bwaka-led government restore constitutional order and uphold the rule of law.
That brought the banner concerned citizens for the protection of our constitution and democracy and the rule of law announced a non-stop capital lockdown scheduled for Tuesday, December 17th. At the Capitol building on the theme White Tuesday, it symbolizes peace and stability. It says non-violent, non-partisan, peaceful assembly. At this time, wherein Liberians from all walks of life must stand up and rise to the occasion of demanding the better and peaceful motherland. White Tuesday, a day for justice, a day for action. The gathering is expected to bring together thousands of concerned Liberians from diverse political backgrounds, organizations, and religions demanding the Bwaka government to immediately restore constitutional order at the House of Representatives and respect for the rule of law across our spectrum of the country. The current legislative upheaval at the House of Representatives, sponsored by President Joseph Newman Bwaka and Vice President Jeremiah Boom, to illegally remove and hunt down House Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa, is anti-democratic and has the grievous propensity to spark chaos in the country. It can be recalled that since September of this year, President Bwaka, through Vice President Jeremiah Kwankun, have invested over $5 million United States dollars to infiltrate and destabilize the House of Representatives in a quest to outrageously and unconstitutionally usurp the functions of the branch of government. The legislative impact on Capitol Hill has disrupted the constitutional functions of the legislature, thus depriving Liberians of the services our lawmakers are elected and paid to do. The crisis at the legislature is happening at a time where ritualistic killing is on the horizon. High unemployment rates, drug smuggling, police brutality, and murder of peaceful citizens, illegal dismissal of civil servants and tenure officials, unpayment of state securities, reduction of data package at the expense of poor Liberians.
The former Grand Bassa County Superintendent also announced that the citizens' action will start on Tuesday, December 17.
Instead of rescuing the Liberian people, the Bwaka administration in period of 1 year has shown lack of leadership, dividing the country through unscrupulous and unorthodox actions. Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution of 1986 states that all power are inherent in the people, and the people have the right to alter or reform the government if their safety and happiness require it. So, this article also states that the people have the right to remove public servants from office and fill vacancies through elections and appointment. Article 17 says that the people have the right to assemble and consult peacefully for the common good. Instruct their representatives, petition their governments for redress of grievances, associate with others, or refuse to associate in political party, trade union, and organizations. Therefore, fellow compatriots, concerned citizens of this country, we call on Liberians to come out in your white shirt, white face cap, or white handkerchief at the Capitol building on Tuesday, December 17, 2024. The arrival time is 6 a.m. till the demands of the masses are fulfilled accordingly. Food, water, voluntary buses will be available at intersections and entrances of 17 electoral districts in Boston County, while similar coordinated approach will simultaneously occur in a remaining 14 political subdivision of Liberia. Come out in your numbers for the biggest historical gathering of the people in demand of constitutional order, protection, the rule and order.
Concerned citizens for the protection of Constitution and the rule of law lead campaigner, former Grand Bassa County Superintendent Janji Bakwe. Several marketers at the Waterside Market have accused Morovia City Police Director Afonso Pepe of leading a gang to break down and remove the market tables overnight. The aggrieved marketers told reporters Monday that they have been informed that the Morovia City Police Director and team have given out the tables to a strap company for financial gain.
I was at home last night, but because my friend lived around the street there, she called me. She said, "Oh, they cut your table." I said, "Ah, but why they cut my table? That the whole market a breakdown." She said, "No. All the table and like table they cut." I said, "But for what reason?" I told her she was lying off the phone. But 4 o'clock the morning again, I called her. She said that they call your table, they carry it. I said, "But I will call the table." She said, "City police were here yesterday. That they won't cut the table."
Also, Shakira Slippers at the Water and Medicine session. We receive a call from our friends that the city police is using a weather machine to cut the iron table planted at the past government that was turning over to the Marketing Association for Marketers. And I got a living evidence. I have phone, I got recording. Tomo G was the commander for the city police. I assigned at Waterside branch at the administrative building here. And I was out hearing that the 2 officers that are on ground instructing the engineer to cut the table. But before we arrived, the engineer run away with the tools. So we got into a misargument and the police had to come in to calm it down. And they left, they went by the bank. We left there at night to see who gave them the instruction to take our table. Before they were going to get no owner, we found out that the page is asking our superintendent to go to the office for redress. And we said no, we resisted.
Who is the top of so far?
Tata Pace, they like in work with the MCC, who is the Moral Civil Director, who is unified.
Also speaking, Watersa Market Superintendent Roden Twazuman asserted that the Moravia City Police Director told him that he acted on the mandate of President Joseph Boakai to remove the market tables down Watersa. Twazuman further noted that many tables have gone missing overnight since the ascendancy of the Boakai government.
I got audio that if the knee arises, I will play it. It was on a Wednesday night when we received this information. I placed call immediately to one of the security bosses, who is Sonin Polly. But her response was sounding like they are in a no. So I had some doubt. I was following her until yesterday in the evening. We knew that something was taking place. So we all came here, we posted in every corner here. They didn't know. When we looked, Tomo G and the rest of those guys, we came with one old truck. I got a photo of the truck here. The only thing we were not able because the truck was running away when they saw the noise. They worked with the city police. So they came, they caught all the table and they chased it around about 9:10. Getting ready now to carry and pulling the truck to carry because that's not the first and the second. People always accusing them of cutting the table and selling it as scrap. So last time after the incident, how we get to know now that it was something that they have been doing for long. So when I talked to Sonny Lana again, she gave my number to the director. She's the director for stand up MCC security here. So the director himself called me. When he called me, I said, okay, but it will be best that I recall him for tomorrow's sake. He started informing me that it is President Joseph Boakai that told him to come and call those tables. And the table now, you not own of those tables. The table is owned by the marketer through LMA. How can Joseph Boakai call you as a president of the republic to tell you go and take the market table and carry it and sell them? So it was too shocking. You on the phone, I got an audio, I got a recording.
He is Watersa Market Superintendent that's Roland Twazuman. Earlier you heard the voices of marketers of Waterside. Several citizens of Liberia on Monday were seen protesting. The Moravian presented a petition at the office of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority and made the reduction of data and voice quantity in the country. Speaking to journalists during the protest on Monday, Freddie Howard, one of the protesters, disclosed that protesters came out after the LTA came up with an abrupt reduction of the two GSM services to the Liberian people, terming the Telecommunications Authority action as cruel.
We came under the banner, we the people bring back our data. So this data thing actually started on December 9th when Liberians woke up to realize that out of cruelty, the LTA decided to hijack what Liberians were enjoying. LTA felt that Liberians had become rich people overnight, so they did not any longer deserve to pay 3,000 megabytes of data and FARA for 15,000 megabytes of data. Those packages were reduced to $1 for one and $3 for 3.8. So concerned Liberians from all walks of life came together, especially on Facebook. Unity Party, CDC, is regardless of their political differences. They said no. This particular approach by the LTA is not only cruel, but it is sheer evil. Given the history of LTA already, we know that generators at LTA pay 3,000 per month. LTA commissioners make over 11,000 as salary per year. So if you trying to raise revenue from government and you're trying to increase some areas and cut some areas, it can be what the layman is taking. Similar situation to the motorbike situation where the government decided that, okay, instead of inspecting cars and putting cars thinking it is improper, we'll take the issue action on the motorbike. That's exactly what's happening. The layman being the victim of a system that he helped to put into place. So there's a clear action to the LTA. We came with a written petition outlining all of what Liberians are voicing out generally across the board. We could have been our thousands today, but today is Monday.
He is Freddie Howard, one of those who petitioned the Liberia Telecommunications on the recent reduction of data and voice quantity in the country. A reminder you're listening to King's News Broom 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, and our one world. Stories are following tonight. A group under the banner Concerned Citizens for the Protection of Constitution and the Rule of Law announces a non-stop capital lockdown to demand constitutional order, accuses the government of increasing unemployment, ritualistic killings, and police brutality. And Barito House Speaker Fonati Kofa describes as total lies Vice President Jeremiah Kona's session about his negotiation to resign, says he remains supportive of the rule of law. A majority bloc of the House of Representatives announces plans to pass the 2025 draft national budget in the coming days. And away from Liberia, residents of Moyoji have spoken of apocalyptic scenes caused by the worst storm in 90 years to hit the French Indian Ocean territory. We take another break to be back with more voices. Welcome back and thanks for being there. The Electronic Health Network International says it has begun discussion with the Ministry of Health on its plan to invest 287 million aimed at modernizing Liberia healthcare infrastructure to enable Liberia achieve universal health care. Speaking Monday after an engagement at the Ministry of Health, Electronic Health Network International Director General Dr. Sumoya Akon, that's Ocon, asserted that the investment will provide perception and increase trust in the Liberian healthcare system.
We are here today to see the Minister of Health and to sit with the Minister and her team regarding our project. We are here today in Liberia. We are willing to invest more than 287 million US dollar in the health system, helping Minister of Health to achieving universal health coverage for all Liberians. We had a very grateful meeting. We thank Minister of Health Liberia for her high level of commitment towards universal health coverage for Liberia. We really present our project and how it looks like. We're looking forward in the coming week because we are staying here for 1 week, working nearly together with our colleague in the Ministry of Health to see the gap and the need for health system in Liberia and to make sure that the investment will go for seeking, making sure that no one is behind, everyone is covered by the universal health coverage, 100% access for the health service at the three levels, the primary level, the community level, the primary level, secondary and tertiary level. We hope we come to a consensus and we end our mission to sign with the Minister of Health and MOU for this very important project, valuable for the citizens of Liberia to have.
Dr. Sumoya Okon is the Director General of the Electronic Health Network International. For his part, Assistant Minister for Curative Services at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Tia Mo, lauded Electronic Health Network International for its planned initiative. He emphasized the government's commitment in working with the EHN team to ensure that the project is implemented and sustained.
The partnership model that is being introduced to digitize the Liberian health sector for universal health coverage. That is the private-public partnership model, wherein the electronic health network will do some investment in the Liberian health sector, reaching on supply chain, health insurance for the poor people, and other. It's a partnership where you have the electronic health network partnering with the government. There will be some cost sharing, so it's not something that the money is coming and every people here, oh, they gave 200 and some more $1 million to the Ministry of Health. Government will have a part to play in terms of cost sharing. The meeting was great. We look for more collaborative effort to achieve this project in Liberia.
He is the Assistant Minister for Curative at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Tia Moore. Painesville City Mayor Robert Desmond has disclosed that the Painesville City Corporation has begun the construction of a two-story office complex near the City Hall in Painesville. Delivering his annual speech or message at the Painesville City Hall on Sunday, Mayor Desmond noted that the decision came from the senior management team of the corporation, adding that the complex will consist of 12 office spaces, a conference room, and a cafeteria aimed at enhancing productivity at the city corporation.
The senior management team also took up the decision to build a two-story office complex that is right behind the city hall we are using. And the completion of that complex that will consist of 12 office spaces in which 7 of those will be downstairs, 5 will be upstairs, 1 conference room, closely attached will be the cafeteria to enhance productivity. We have to form collaboration with other entities and individuals. In this report, because they have been part of our achievement in a year.
Mayor Bestman also thanked the Moravia City Corporation for a sister city corporation in helping to contribute to the growth and development of cities in the country.
We are pleased to announce some of the memorandum of understanding we signed of collaboration with institutions that the Painesville City presently working with. We are pleased to inform you that a collaboration of sister city agreement was signed between the Painesville and Moravia City Corporation for the first time in the history that I can reckon. The two mayors consult and work almost on everything. We make use of our both capacity and strength. Where the Painesville City is strong, we give capacity to Moravia, and where Moravia is strong, they give us capacity.
Painesville City Mayor Robert Desmond there speaking. Liberia's Standard Teacher Training College says it has successfully trained over 10,000 teachers across Liberia since its establishment in 2015. LSTTC Training Director Reverend Andrew Fayad disclosed that the institution, as a teacher training institution, has not only been training teachers but has also been involved with designing programs that deal with teachers' education across the country.
This vision came about after an educational NGO that I'm running called Education Watch Network of Liberia Incorporated conducted a baseline survey among 200 community schools in Mosurado County in its environment. And we realized that to every school we went to, there were at least 200 teachers. There are some schools we went to from the principal to the last teacher in the classroom was not trained. So we asked the question to some of the teachers at the time that have spent 13 years in the classroom, but the minimum qualification they have was just high school credential. Some of them said that they really want to improve their capacities, but the truth of the matter was their purchasing power was low. Imagine working for $3,000 Liberian dollars as a teacher. You are a parent, you live in a renting house, you have other social obligations to address that require spending. So all of those social challenges were issues that hinder them from improving themselves.
Liberia Standard Teacher Training College Training Director Reverend Andrew Faya. And away from home, residents of Mariotit have spoken of apocalyptic scenes caused by the worst storm in 90 years to hit the French Indian Ocean territory. Cyclone Chido brought wind speeds of more than 140 miles, afflicting areas where the poorest lived in sheet metal roof shacks. Rescue workers, including reinforcements from France, are combining through the debris searching for survivors. 20 people have been confirmed dead, but the local prefect said it could be thousands. Well, on that note, that's how we come to the near end of tonight's edition of King's Newsroom. But before we leave, a quick reminder of stories we followed in the headlines. A group under the banner Concerned Citizens for the Protection of Constitution and the Rule of Law announces a non-stop capital lockdown to demand constitutional order, accuses the government of increasing unemployment, ritualistic killings, and public that's police brutality. And Baito House Speaker Fonante Kofa describes as total lies Vice President Jeremiah Cohen's session about his negotiation to resign, says he remains supportive of the rule of law. You also heard in the news, majority bloc of the House of Representatives announces plans to pass the 2025 draft national budget in the coming days. And away from home, residents of Mayotte have spoken of apocalyptic scenes caused by the worst storm in 90 years to hit the French Indian Ocean territory. Many thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and all those who helped in making this edition of King's News Brewing Sources. News on Tokwa brought you the news bulletin. Polinius Johnson sat at control and handled the technical aspect of this production. On behalf of the team, I'm Sherman Deal. I presented. Thanks for listening and watching.